Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I will show you how to customize the legend, bubbles, and tooltip in the .NET MAUI Maps control. I will demonstrate how to enable the bubbles and customize its appearance, as well as how to display the legend for both bubble and shape, and customize the appearance of the legend. Additionally, I will show you how to enable the tooltip support for maps, shapes, markers, and bubbles, and how to customize the appearance of the tooltip. I am using an existing MAUI application where I have already configured the necessary MAUI Maps namespace and added the MAUI Maps control. In the map shape layer, I have linked a world map, and I have used range color mapping to color the shape based on the data value. If you want to know more about creating a MAUI app and configuring the MAUI Maps control in it, you can check the video link in the YouTube card. Also, you can download the Getting Started example from the link provided in the description. Now, I launched the application on an Android emulator. As you can see, the world map has been loaded, and each country is colored based on the data. First, let me demonstrate how to enable bubbles. Bubbles can be rendered in different colors and sizes based on the associated data values. For example, I will visually represent population density in various countries. To achieve this, set the Show Bubbles property to True. And add the Bubble Settings property with a Maps Bubble Settings element. Within this element, set the size path value to density to determine the size of the bubbles based on the population density value. To clearly display the bubble, remove or comment out the code changes related to the shape color mappings. Now, you can observe that the bubbles are displayed on the map, with their sizes varying according to the corresponding population density values. Next, I will demonstrate how to customize the appearance of bubbles. To change the bubble colors, you can set the fill property to yellow. Additionally, to change the stroke color and stroke thickness of the bubbles, you can set an appropriate value to the stroke property, such as black, and adjust the stroke thickness to 3. To modify the default size range of the bubbles, you can set the min size property to 10 and the max size property to 40. Once the map is loaded, you will see that the bubbles' fill color, and stroke thickness have changed according to the specified values. Additionally, the size of the bubbles will range from 10 to 40. Next, I will demonstrate how to display the legend for the bubbles. To achieve this, you need to define the legend property for the map shape layer with a map legend element. Then, set the source type property of the map legend to bubble to indicate that it is a legend for the bubbles. The legend is positioned at the top by default. To change the position of the legend to the bottom, set the placement property to bottom. By default, the legend text is based on the color mappings. To define the color mappings for the bubbles, you need to set the color mappings property within the bubble settings. Inside the color mappings, you can define individual equal color mapping elements to specify the color, value, and text for each specific data point. For example, you can set the color to red, the value to 411, and the text to 411 per square kilometer for a specific color mapping. Repeat this process to assign appropriate colors and texts to the remaining data points. To apply the color mappings color to the bubble, set the color value path of the bubble to density. You can observe that the legend is displayed for the bubble and its text is based on the color mapping text value. Following that, I will demonstrate how to display the legend for the shapes. To display the legend for shapes, you need to change the source type property of the map legend element to shape. Then, I set the placement to top, to position the legend at the top. Next, uncomment the shape color mapping code to apply colors to the shapes based on their values. To hide the bubble because it's not needed for this customization, you can set the Show Bubble property to false. You can see that the legend displayed for the shape is based on the range color mapping text values. Let me demonstrate how to customize the legend text style. To achieve this, define the text style property within the map legend element and use the map label style element. Set the font size property to 16 to change the text size, set the text color property to dark cyan to change the text color, and set the font attributes property to bold to make the text bold. You can see that the legend text appearance is customized. Next, I will show you how to customize the appearance of the legend icon shape and size. By default, the icon shape is a rectangle and the size is 12. To change the icon shape to a diamond, set the icon type property to diamond. And, to change the icon size, set the icon size property to the desired dimensions, such as 30 by 30. You can notice that the legend icon size has increased and a diamond shape icon is displayed. Let's move on to the tooltip. To enable the tooltip for the shape layers, set the Show Shape Tooltip property to True. Once maps are loaded, when you tap on any country shape, you can see a tooltip showing the name of the tapped country. Next, I will show you how to enable tooltips for markers on the map. To begin, I will mark the locations of South Africa and South America on the map. To achieve this, I add the markers property with a map marker collection. Within this collection, I add two marker points with their respective latitude and longitude values. Then, remove or comment out the code changes related to the shape color mappings it is not needed for this customization. Additionally, I set the Show Shape Tooltip property to false to disable the display of tooltips for shapes. And to enable the tooltips for markers, set the Show Marker Tooltip to True. Once maps are loaded, when you tap on any marker, you can see a tooltip showing the latitude and longitude values of the marker. Next, to enable the tooltip for bubbles, set Show Bubble Tooltip and Show Bubbles to True. Additionally, to disable the tooltip for the markers, set the Show Marker Tooltip to false and remove the markers property. Once the maps are loaded, when you tap on any bubbles, you can see a tooltip showing the country name of the tapped bubble. Now, I will customize the appearance of the bubble tooltip. For example, I want to show the country name along with the population density value in the tooltip. To achieve this, I add the Bubble Tooltip template property with a data template. Within the data template, I include a horizontal stack layout and set the background color to white. Next, I add a label to display the country name, binding its text to the country data. Then, I add another label to display a colon and set its text to colon. After that, I include another label to display the population density, binding its text to the density data. Finally, I add a label to display the unit and set its text to per square kilometer. Once the maps are loaded, when you tap on any bubble, you can see a tooltip showing the country name along with the population density of the tapped bubble. Finally, I will demonstrate how to display a tooltip template based on the value. For example, if the population density is greater than 250 per square kilometers, the background color of the tooltip will be set to red. If the density is less than 250, the background color will be set to green. To achieve this, you need to add a new class file called Tooltip Template Selector. Then make this class public and inherit it from the Data Template Selector class. Then override the onSelectTemplate method. After that, inside this class, create two properties of type DataTemplate named low and high. In the onSelectTemplate method, write the condition to select a template. If the population density is greater than 250, return the high template, otherwise, return the low template. Next, go to the XAML page and create a data template with the key low density template in the resources. You can use the same code as the Bubble Tooltip template, but change the horizontal stack layout background color to green and set the text color of all labels to white. Similarly, create another data template with the key high density template And use the same code as the low-density template, but change the horizontal stack layout background color to red. Next, add the local tooltip template selector and set its key as tooltip template selector. Then, assign the low property to low density template and the high property to high density template. Finally, remove the bubble tooltip template code and bind the template selector value to the bubble tooltip template property. Now, when I touch the India bubble, the tooltip background is red, and when I touch the China bubble, the tooltip background is green. In this video, you learned how to enable bubbles and customize their appearance. I also demonstrated how to display the legend for the shape and bubble and customize its appearance. Additionally, I showcased how to enable tooltips for map shapes, bubbles, and markers and demonstrated the customized tooltip appearance as well. If you want to see a working example of this, you can download it from the GitHub link provided in this video's description. I have also included a link in the description where you can check if you qualify for our community license, which gives you a free license key for our entire .NET MAUI control suite. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.